Hello there. I hear you want to learn how to make moonshine whiskey. I'm here to help you with that with a couple of instructions. You'll have some good whiskey. You won't have to worry about going to the store and buying it anymore. We'll start out over here. This right here is our mash. This is what will go, of course, into the steel right there. You start out your mash. It's very simple. 3 pounds of self-rising cornmeal, and about 4 pounds of sugar. So you want to dump that into here. You want to have 3 gallons of lukewarm distilled water. Must be distilled. That's very important. Now, after you add the cornmeal and sugar, you want to add 1 gallon of lukewarm water. You want to add 2 packets of yeast, or if you buy a pound of yeast or whatever, it's half a teaspoon per gallon. So basically 1.5 teaspoons will do this. I also like to get the yeast energizer that helps it ferment quicker, about 3 to 4 days. Normally this thing will be ready, and when it's ready, the balloon will start deflating itself. And this right here was just made, as a matter of fact, about an hour ago. Anyway, once this sets up, balloon deflates, you're pretty much good to go. All the stuff on top here will drop to the bottom and be left with a pretty clear liquid. You'll know when it's ready. Before we get into this, I would like to let y'all know if you want to buy a still, or if you'd rather make it yourself, there's a DVD available on the internet or just about anywhere, Moonshine Steel Plans. I bought this off eBay. It cost me about 10 bucks. You can find it just about anywhere else. You can go to Google and Google moonshine steel. It's got pot reflux steels, any kind of steel you can imagine of. So anyway, let's get down to the fun part of the whiskey making process. Right here we have a pot reflux steel. Very simple design. Over here, very simple design, but yet they are known for leaks springing up. So what you'll do is you'll make up a little flour, but just a little bit of flour, a little bit of water, mix it up, with your finger. Any kind of leaks that arise during when you're distilling, you can put it on there, and because you want all the steam you can get up here. Less steam, less whiskey. And I've put some over here around these screws because they leak some. But anyway, when you put the mash into the steel here, it took me about 2 hours to heat this up to. I'm cooking now at 170 degrees. It took me about 2 hours to do that. You don't want to rush the process. You'll burn the mash and burn the bottom of the pan with the mash, and then your whiskey will taste like shit. So anyway, once your temperature reaches up to 120 degrees, you want to turn your condensating line on. Your condensating line is this. I've got a hose spigot tied in up under my sink here. Cold tap water, that's fine because it doesn't contaminate anything. You turn that on at a slow trickle. It comes up through this bottom hose into the condenser. Inside here, you would think it would just pour straight down and come out here, but it doesn't. There's a loop here. So it fills this up with cool water, comes back out, drains slowly, a trickle down into the drain here. You just want a slow trickle. You don't want to use, it don't really matter, but all it takes is a slow trickle. So anyway, once it starts reaching about 170 degrees, you're looking at whiskey coming out here. Right now, we've got it cooking. You want a steady drip. Get it too hot, you'll burn the mash. Get it too hot, you'll get too much steam, not enough alcohol. Whiskey tastes like shit again. So anyway, we got it dripping here. You want to dump your first 50 milliliters, your first shot glass or jigger out into the sink because it contains shit that could possibly blind you, and just dump it out. You're making 3 gallons of whiskey, very cheap in your house, so no need to, take any chances. Anyway, we're going to continue on with this. This here is that's going to be my collection jar after I dump this out. This is a fresh pint that I brewed here recently. Very good whiskey or whatever. So after this goes, we dump this out, and this is just straight whiskey. I like my whiskey straight up. You can make different, on this CD here, there's different recipes, apple pie, you can make rum, brandy, tequila, cognac, whatever the hell they call it, whatever. You can make a lot with this thing. But my desire is straight up corn whiskey, 180, 200 proof whiskey is what I like. But anyway, once you fill this collection jar here all the way to the top, I went to a company on the internet, Brew House Company. That's a home brewing company. And I bought this thing here. This is a carbon snake filter. What this consists of course, the funnel is something that come out of my shop. I used to change my oil with, but I cleaned it up. Anyway, it's just a simple hose here with an adapter on the end. You'll have ground up charcoal, or they call it carbon or whatever. Anyway, you pour it in here, you put your funnel on top, pour your whiskey in the top, and then of course it's going to filter it, because if you just drink it straight like that, it's like drinking rubbing alcohol. If you smell it or taste it, you'll think it's rubbing alcohol. Run that through this one good time. A lot of people say you go ahead and run the actual whiskey through the still 3 times. But it takes almost 2-3 hours just to get a pint of whiskey. So I take the first run it through this right here, no problems. Whiskey tastes fine. So that's how we do it. But anyway, it's just a process of waiting now. Easy to make. It's easy to do. Put it on your stove top, propane burner, and just let it sit there and go do whatever you do. Mow the grass, watch the football game, which I'm about to be doing, and it's really easy to do. So, second. Oh, I had to spit some of the snuff out. But anyway, that pretty much concludes on making whiskey. I don't think I've missed anything. Like I say, once again, if you want to get started on this, you can go on, actually eBay has these steels just like this. You can buy, directly and have them delivered to your house. But once again, it is very important to get this set of plans right here, Moonshine Steel Making Plans, and you will not be disappointed. Thank you for tuning in.